Hello, this is Paul Bo Brookins, and welcome back to Let's Play King's Quest VI. Let's go do some more stuff. I don't think there's anything else to do in here for now. Let's go in the pawn shop. This is a really cool store. Look at all this cool stuff. I might actually spend this whole video looking at stuff in this thing. Good day! Here's this guy again. The twinkly eye. Can I talk to you now? Good day, sir. He just glares at Alexander and doesn't reply. Okay. Let's look at all this stuff in here. Towering mightily over the other pawn shop curiosities, the stuffed bear makes an ostentatious display. A strange-looking wing device occupies one corner of the room. It's frail with disuse. Alexander finds it intriguing. Perhaps he thinks even once it was once used in a local sporting event in which enthusiasts jumped from cliffs, glided on air currents, and then attempted to land, frequently crunching a bone or two in the process. Alexander shudders at the thought and decides to stick to dragon slaying. She did in King's Quest III. This room is just basically a giant joke about the whole series of King's Quest. There's a bunch of items in here that would be super useful in a lot of adventure games, particularly King's Quest games. Let's see what else we have here. A horn, probably used for drink or powder, hangs from the ceiling. Worn leather wineskin is suspended from the ceiling. An old suit of armor stands in the pawn shop. It looks like a vigilant guard against thieves and carpet salesmen, even though it is headless. The man of steel wields a long iron pike. There's a lot of pikes in this game. A small red drum beats no more on the shelves of the pawn shop. A small rusty hatchet seems permanently embedded in a log of wood. Alexander's mind races over the possibilities. Perhaps the bound duo is the local woodcutter's equivalent of the sword and the stone. Perhaps someday, somehow, someone will free the hatchet and become king of the forest. Then again, it could just be a rusty hatchet stuck in a log. Yeah, I've never seen that one before. It's pretty funny. Here's a chair. The pawn shop is a dimly lit place with a slightly musty smell. Curiosities litter every corner and every shelf. For sale are articles that range from bizarre to commonplace, from the priceless to the practical. There's a crystal ball. The land of the Green Isles must have at least one inhabitant with interest in the mystical, for a crystal ball has been traded in, along with the more common household goods. A lady's hand mirror has been separated from its original trousseau and now gathers dust on the pawn shop shelves. I don't know what a trousseau is, but I'm guessing that's how you say that. It's looks French in origin. The pawn shop, I've already read that. I guess that's not a real thing. Here's some candles. Several half-burnt wax candles have been placed among the other pawn shop items. They probably light the shop at night. See, this place should be burnt down by now. Every building should be burnt down by now, the way they treat fire and such. Oh. A helmet, probably belonging to the headless armor, also in the shop, has found its way to a separate part of the counter. Yeah, I was going to say, that probably goes to that. There's a skeleton. A tall skeleton lends an air of mystery to the shop. What else we got? The back wall of the shop holds various odds and ends. For example, a hole detector for finding those hard-to-spot holes in small sailboats. That's one of the King's Quest games. You have no indication that anything's going to go wrong, and then you sail a boat and it just has a hole in it and you sink and you die. So that's one of the things I was talking about. How the King's Quest games, Sierra games, like to kill you all the time. Cat cookie mix. Play tricks on your friends, the box says. So, yeah, we made cat cookies. It's already the second reference this cat cookie that we've seen. A golden bridle finder for those nearly impossible golden bridles. I think that was in King's Quest IV, if I'm not mistaken. Rosella needed one of those, and it was like really hard to see on the screen. Self-adhesive emeralds. What you use when you don't have honey. In King's Quest V, you needed to stick honey. It's like the emeralds. You had to catch some. I don't know. You needed honey and emeralds. Tongue climbing gear. Tested on over 100 whale tongues. I believe that's King's Quest III, where Alexander gets carried by a whale, possibly. A uvula tickler, guaranteed to make large mammals sneeze. That's also regarding a whale. A cheese hook for retrieving cheese out of small holes. That's very specific. And it's also referring to King's Quest V, where you need to get cheese out of a hole and give it to a mouse who helps you by chewing some ropes you're tied up in. A shovel that's guaranteed not to break for over 100 grave diggings. I believe there's a shovel in King's Quest II maybe, or King's Quest I that you have to dig up. And it's like trial and error. If you do the wrong one, then it breaks and you have to reload and try a different one. A bridge repair kit for when you cross the bridge one too many times. And this was King's Quest I, I think. And there was a bridge where you just would walk, if you just walked on it more times than was needed. Like, I think you had 7 crossings back and forth. And if you went too many times, it would just collapse and kill you. It's ridiculous. Stair traction pads. Stop slipping off those narrow staircases. That's a lot of Sierra games where if if it's a staircase without an arm rail, then you will inevitably fall off the side if you click in the wrong place and die. Fall 5 feet and die. Okay, we're back to the beginning. Let's see what's on the back counter. The back wall of the pawn shop. The back wall of the shop holds various bottles and potions. For example, a bottle labeled Owl Courage Potion for spineless owls, like Cedric, the horrible owl from King's Quest V. A bottle of Gnome Begone, like Rumpelstiltskin or whatever that's spelled backwards, from King's Quest 1 or 2. Miniature carpet cleaner for those castles in a bottle, and that's King's Quest V. Bird's Nest Soup Mix, treasure not included. That's 1 or 2, I can't remember. To climb a tree. Garlic, especially grown for vampire resilience. Can't remember where there's a vampire. Maybe 4 possibly. Magic mirror glass cleaner for when your future looks fuzzy. That's for any of them. The magic mirror was actually in this video, or in this game, in the beginning, where that was a mirror in the introduction where he saw Cassima. Shark repellent, very useful. Sharks in just about every ocean in a Sierra game, and they will eat you. A small box of enchanted sorcerer's flea and tick collars. Bottle of Gnome Begone. We saw that already. I think that's everything in this building. Let's talk to this guy. Excuse me, merchant, but the ferryman mentioned that you might have a magic map of the land of the Green Isles. Why, as a matter of fact, I do. I keep it under the counter. It has been gathering dust so long I nearly forgot about it. It was quite a few years ago, you see. The estate of a wealthy wizard fell into my hands when he died. It was useless magical junk, mostly. Which reminds me, I've still got some things of his in the back that I need to dump out. Anyway, the magic map was the one true treasure in the lot. The wizard was quite old and feeble and had enchanted the map to aid in traveling. It is said that one need only desire to be on an island depicted on the map to find oneself there. It is a very valuable map, as you can imagine. Unfortunately, no one is interested in traveling these days. It's far too dangerous with the current state of the kingdom. What would you take for the map? I would normally want something magic in return, but since I'm hardly overrun with prospective buyers, I would be willing to take anything of equal value in exchange. Okay. What about a penny? I have this copper coin. Will it serve in exchange for the map? Huh? Yeah? Charisma? Charisma potion. An interesting enough piece, but is not nearly valuable enough to trade for this map. Okay. In fact, I would say it is about the worth of our own copper. The only items in the store I could let go for a price of a single copper are the 4 simple items I normally display on the front counter. Well, if I can't have the map, then I suppose one of the counter items will do. As you wish. Alexander looks closely at the items on the counter near the map to make his selection. Yes, there's the map. I want the map. How about the map? Oh no, a single coin would never do in exchange for the magic map. Please choose one of my other 4 counter items, sir. Well, it's on the counter. Look, it's right here. I can take it, right? Okay, let's take this bird. Oh. Let's look at them all. I see you have noticed my mechanical nightingale. She's made of plain tin, but she sings the sweetest songs you can imagine, barely distinguishable from the real thing. The flute is only made of plain wood, but its notes are fine and true. It's pretty good to get a musical instrument for a penny. Maybe a penny's, it's back in olden times, a penny's worth a little bit more. Ah, yes, the painter's brush. It was well used by one of the island's best painters. There's a lot of creativity in that brush, and its bristles are still in good condition. Have you an interest in tinder boxes? This one is only slightly battered. It holds a good supply of flint, sturdy striking pad, and even a candle in case you find yourself with naught else to fold the claim. Okay, all of these seem like they will probably be useful. But looks like we're just about out of time. In the next video, I'm going to select the nightingale. So look forward to that. I'm going to take the nightingale. Yeah, watch the next one. That's what's going to happen. Until then, my name's Paul Bo Brookins. Like this video if you like it, and subscribe if you like what I'm doing here. But until then, we'll see you next time.